It's time! I'm the best! I'm the strongest!
Well, this time they may have actually gone too far. I don't know if you had seen a couple of weeks ago, I believe it was, some very brave, and I use the term brave on purpose, some very brave kids at school refused to compete against a biological male competing in a feat of strength against them. Middle school kids. Now, by the way, let me be very clear. It is my opinion that there is no difference between a trans middle schooler and a vegan cat. In neither situation is it their choice. You're in middle school. You haven't even gotten to the basic starting period of puberty. Okay? Now, 5 female athletes boldly stood up and said, hey, we're not competing against a biological male in shot put and discus. By the way, 2 categories that a biological male would have a significant advantage in. Ultra significant. Okay? Now, these girls walked up and refused to throw. 5 middle school female athletes in West Virginia refused to throw shot put against a biological male, Becky Pepper Jackson. This comes just 2 days after the 4th Circuit Court of Appeals blocked West Virginia law that says you must compete in the category that matches your biology. So I want to be clear. They took this to court. There was a law on the books that said biological men have to compete against biological men and biological women have to compete against biological women. The judge said, this doesn't apply. How? How does that not apply? The law is literally specifically for this scenario. Okay? It's literally for this scenario. So they allowed the biological male to compete against biological females, and these 5 brave middle school. That's 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. What are you, 10, 11, and 12? Okay? You said, nah, we're not doing it. So Riley Gaines initially gives them support. It's a sad day when 13 to 14-year-old girls have to be the adults in the room. But I couldn't be more inspired and proud of these girls. Enough is enough. The tide is turning. Well, it didn't. Because those girls said, we're not going to compete against a biological male. By the way, that biological male won the event by nearly 15% further. So the biological male's shot put was 3 feet longer than the next closest competitor, which was 29 feet, and the biological male's throw was 32 feet. Easy win for a biological male who's had the benefit of testosterone pumping through their body for their entire life. Okay? You might think, wow, this is insane. This is lunacy. Well, it gets worse. Now they have been suspended. They have been banned from competing in sports. Just wait. The story just keeps getting more ironic and more obvious. Just follow along with me. By the way, if you're new to the channel or you're a longtime viewer, you haven't yet subscribed, please do subscribe down below or follow. It helps immensely. And remember, I'm live every day at 5:30 Eastern over on Quartercast, which is my live streaming channel, or over on Rumble. Fury after 5 West Virginia middle school students who protested a trans athlete's participation are banned from future competitions as state's attorney general fights for their freedom of speech. So not only were they forced to compete against a biological male, they were barred from ever competing again for simply saying, we're not going to do it. They weren't teasing the kid. They weren't insulting the kid. They weren't throwing things at the kid. All they said was, yo, I'm not going to compete against a biological male. It's not fair. West Virginia Attorney General Patrick Morrissey has filed a lawsuit against the Harrison County Board of Education on the students' behalf after they were banned from all future events. Oh, just wait, this gets better. I will do everything in my power to defend these brave young girls. This is just wrong. We must stand for what's right and oppose these radical trans policies, Morrissey said on Monday. I mean, this is going to red pill so many normies. It's going to wake up so many normies. It has no option but to do that. Like literally. People are going to be like, what? Wait, what? A biological boy wanted to compete against biological girls and they didn't want to, so they got banned for life? What? This is crazy talk. The Attorney General posted a tweet in response to the activist, formerly college swimmer Riley Gaines, who stood by the female athletes who have refused to compete against trans athletes. Quote, these girls stood up for what they believed and their coach barred them from competing. Insane, Gaines said. It's dangerous to teach young girls to ignore the threats their eyes and ears warning them of. How do some call this progress? It's unclear why the school or district banned the girls from future events for their recent protests, and which saw them walk up to the box, throw the shot put before leaving without a toss, or to throw it but never tossed it. On Wednesday, Gaines posted a video of one of the 5 athletes that was involved in the protest. Speaking at a press conference about the incident, the teen said, quote, luckily, I found 4 lovely girls willing to take a stand with me. This is just some kid that's parents are probably making her be in track and field. Her parents probably said, oh, you're going to do something. And now they have to pick up the culture war? Just wait. It gets better. We hope that it opens the eyes for more to see that it is not right. The situation is eventually going to end women's sports forever. After the competition, the biological man took home first place in the shot put event with a 32-foot effort, 3 feet further than second place, and placed second in discus. Ha ha, girl beat you. Ha 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 ha. Anyway. Despite being legally allowed to compete, the 5 athletes protested the biological male participating by refusing to play against them. Gaines previously tweeted the video. Pepper Jackson won their years-long struggle to compete. Years? The kid's 13! What kind of psycho parents does this kid have? What kind of psychotic parents does this kid have? I don't blame, by the way, listen, I want to be very clear. I don't blame the kid at all. I don't blame the kid at all. What am I supposed to blame a 13-year-old kid that's been force-fed gender ideology by their parents since from apparently 9, 10, or 11 years old? Why is that the kid's fault? It's the parents' fault. It's 1,000% the parents' fault and nobody else. This kid is just a kid. On April 16th, the 4th District U.S. Court of Appeals ruled that, of course, that, the ban that is supposed to keep boys in boys sports and girls sports didn't apply to a boy in girls sports for some reason. I'd be looking into that judge. I'd be looking into that court. I'd be looking into where they're getting money from, who they're campaigning for, all of these things. The court noted that Pepper Jackson has lived as a girl for more than 5 years, since they were 8. 8. Their parents started transing them at 8 years old. In addition to taking puberty blockers, which we now know, according to the CAS report, have dangerous side effects, and estrogen hormone therapy, Pepper Jackson has legally changed their name. It doesn't matter. It's still a biological male. And what kind of sick parents are feeding their kid puberty blockers at 8 years old? What is going on here? What is happening in America? It's insane. Sorry, look, if you have gender dysphoria, that is a real thing, and I know that life is going to be a struggle for you. The same way it is for people with body dysmorphia and all sorts of other similar things to overcome, all right? However, it is not a human right for you to be able to compete against physically inferior opponents to affirm your gender. Gender affirmation is not a human right. It is not a law. It is not in the Constitution. Okay? It's not a thing. Oh, but just wait. Let's take a look at who the coach that banned them was. Uh-oh, Piscatios. Riley Gaines point, and there it is. The coach that banned them is posing in a photo with this guy on her Facebook. She's no coach. She's an activist and deserves to be fired immediately for retaliating against the girls for demanding fair competition. And this is the coach off to the right, which is chopped off in the picture. But this weirdo is wearing a Protect Trans Kids shirt with a knife on it. Protect Trans Kids, it sounds like a weird cult. It sounds like these people are getting off on, I mean, imagine pumping your 8-year-old full of puberty blockers. Puberty blockers at 8. 8. You think that kid knows what they want to be? You're going to damage their body forever. There is no just pushing pause on the most complex time in the human body's development. That's not a thing. It doesn't work like that. You can't just pause the most developmentally diverse and explosive time in a human's biology with a few injections. It doesn't work that way. And just wait till all the lawsuits starts, and they will be in the billions of dollars because of people like this. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.